What up, y'all? So, I thought I would do a quick, well, maybe not so quick, tutorial about making a SLS camera for y'all. It took me a lot longer than I thought it would. Every video that I checked out on YouTube was like, yeah, it's plug and play. You download this and just boom, you're right at it. And it wasn't that way for me. So I'm going to go through a lot of the steps and also like what you'll need to put it together, like the handle that turns into a tripod and whatever you'll need from Amazon. I'll give you the links to it. Cool. So I'm gonna get right into it since it's really not that hard after I figured out a lot of the troubleshooting and whatnot. So hopefully all these steps will help with y'all. And if you guys have any questions or anything, I'll try to just make it as simple as possible. It's really not too hard, but being that Windows 10 is so dominant right now, and the SLS program needs to work on Windows 8.1 or before. It won't work on Windows 10. I've tried every way and it will not. You can use the Kinect version 2, the Xbox One version, but it is a lot different program for the SLS. It's not exactly the same. It doesn't feel like you're ghost hunting. It's just more the skeletal program. So what I'm going to do is show you how to do that. And first of all, let's get into the mounting. So what I did, I found this brace right here. It's, you know, for cameras. I found it a 2-pack on Amazon. So you get 2 of those in case one breaks, and it's really, really solid metal. So you're gonna want to have that as your base. And I found this guy, and it pops up, of course, and but this part springs out. So I'll put a link to this one too that I found. It was, again, you know, super cheap, 10 to 12 bucks. I could be even overestimating, but so that'll go on the same camera mount on the tripod. It's made for a tripod, just goes right on there. So that will hold your tablet. And also this phone, it's made for a phone, but this will actually be holding the Kinect itself. This came with a tripod, I believe, that I bought, but you can look up tripod cell phone holder and you will find something probably even better than this that will fit the bottom of the Kinect. So that also had a tripod brace, or a tripod hole in the back, so I just used that to lay it flat. So essentially this is the base of the mobile SLS camera mount setup. So the bar, tablet holder, and the SLS, the Kinect holder right there. Did some searching around and ended up finding this really cool handle, which you push these buttons here and you can move the tripod base. So whatever the tripod would be, it's just handheld now. So but the badass thing about this thing, it actually folds out, or you can make it into a tripod and then you fold this part back. So, and the mount that we made earlier with the tablet and the phone holder, that will be the Kinect holder, goes right on there. And there's 2 holes at the bottom of this camera brace, and you're going to want to use the smaller one that's made for the tripod. So you just screw that tripod in there, fold it back, make it easier on myself, put it in pistol grip mode, and screw it to the bottom. And this is essentially the main setup for the SLS mount. Boom. So you're going to want the forward mount to be the Kinect mount, and then the tablet facing towards you. Pretty simple. And then again, you push those buttons there and it folds into a tripod. So if you want to just ghost hunt and set it in a room, you can level it out and have the SLS pointing this way and the tablet this way. So pretty cool, very cheap. This whole setup probably about 25-30 bucks, so not too bad. All right, so we're gonna try and make this mobile, correct? So you'll see these Velcro grips that I put here. They are made for this battery that will support AC. It is, I think it was about 22 bucks, cheapest one. Only thing is, there's no plug. It just has to be a DC, which I'll show you how to wire that later from the Kinect. It's super easy. You just have to be careful, of course, with any electrics. So just be careful. So I got the Velcro bottoms on there, which after you charge it, and I've come to find it actually lasts a really long time. So that'll go right there. And so you got your mobile. And we'll go ahead and show you what to do with this real quick now that we're talking about it. I have the Kinect here. You can find these at the pawn shop like 12 bucks. This was exactly that, and it was super cheap. It comes with a bunch of cords, so I just wound it up and taped it together. You can find the USB Kinect adapter that you have to have. It comes with a USB that you will plug into your tablet. So you need this to do anything. So go on Amazon. Again, it's about 12 bucks. Everything for this thing costs about that, and except the tablet itself, of course. So yeah, pawn shop had a mountain of these, so just go there. Super cheap. The wiring that I was talking about, you can find these male connectors. They're all ready to like be wired to whatever you want, and then at the end where the plug would be that would go into the wall, you're going to cut it right after this little I forgot what these things are called, but they're very important. So you want to keep this bulk thing cut right after it. And black, no matter what color is with black, black is always negative. So the red paired up with, I believe it was black and white. Once you cut it, strip it, make sure there's bare copper wires. Of course, do not plug it in while you're doing this. Make sure there's bare wires, and then connect the black to the black, and you will connect the red to the white. The white is the opposite of the negative, so you want to connect the negative to the negative always. And then so you'll have this male from this USB adapter. So this male part would be actually the plug that would be going into the wall, technically. So that's what the Kinect will be seeing this as. And after you wire that, the battery that you picked up earlier, it should fit right perfectly in there, and this voltage on here is perfect for it. It will run, I have yet to find out how long, but I've had it run a couple hours, which is plenty fine. So this would be the end that we cut off of the Kinect USB adapter. So again, this is the female. Got the hole, and just wired it again. That's exactly where I cut off to wire this part earlier to the main jigmajig. So male goes into the power. You can have this around in case you need to, you know, if the battery dies and you need power and you're staying somewhere, like you're setting in a room, you can plug this male into the female, and then it's like how it was before you cut it. So just make sure you tape everything separate, tape the negative separate, tape the positive separate, and then tape those together so they don't ever have the chance of touching, and tape the crap out of it. So yeah, this will stay together nice, and it's pretty snug. Again, you get both female and male when you order them. So you're gonna want the 12-volt adapters. So that's the wall mount. So again, we're now mobile after we disconnect that and connect it to the battery. So that just kind of stays in place. I just use some ties, kind of just keep it in place there. A lot of people just kind of made a box for it, or you know, I've seen some guy that just has glued everything. So here's the mount. Again, here's the Kinect mount, actually a phone mount, but it fits the base. So this will slide right in there. And yeah, you just tighten it so it stays. And this base actually holds the weight pretty well, so I'm actually pretty happy with that. Let's put that battery in here. After you fully charge it, you're going to want to put the holes and the power button towards the tablet. Stick it on the Velcro. And yeah, here's the cords. Got the USB going into the tablet and the power cord. So let's go ahead and put the power cord with the battery pack off. Let's hook that in there. Got that right there. And so here's the initial setup. I got a tablet, ended up having Windows 10 on it, of course, so I had to downgrade it to Windows 8.1. And once you downgrade it to Windows 8.1, all the drivers and stuff that you download off of the internet will work. One thing I do want to say, when I put Windows 8.1 on there, the touch aspect, all that kind of went out the door. Like, I could not use the touch screen at all. So using the USB output, and yes, make sure your tablet has a USB, not micro USB, full on USB. Make sure you have that. What I did was purchase a splitter, a USB splitter, which you shouldn't need more than 4. So since the touch aspect of the tablet went out, I had to get a keyboard, and you can of course find one at Goodwill for like $3. And I found a mouse online, so make sure the keyboard or the mouse are plug and play. And since you won't be able to use a keyboard on here, you can use the keyboard like normal when you're installing 8.1, because once you start installing 8.1, all those features go out the door. I haven't been able to fix this. The Wi-Fi doesn't work, the sound doesn't really work, but what I got this for was strictly the video. Pretty much I just use a splitter, and any programs that I want on the tablet that I need offline, just put it on a USB and transfer it over file by file. It's kind of annoying, but it works. So yeah, splitter again, wasn't that much on Amazon. I'll put a link to that. I put some Velcro on this so I can just Velcro it to the back of this and have it plugged into the USB. So the SLS USB will then go in here, and like I said, you'll have to have the keyboard to make all the adjustments, and I got the mouse so you can actually use it like it's like a computer pretty much instead of a tablet. And just keep that in mind. Like, I don't know if it'll be the same with you. I don't know if it was just this tablet, but once I downgraded from 10 to 8.1, all those features went out the door. So I kind of had to do that learning curve and find a keyboard, find a mouse, and then it just works just like a regular PC. And I've come to find having a wireless keyboard mouse, you can find them on Amazon too. I haven't got mine yet because literally just found this. Instead of having the keyboard and a mouse separate, it's a plug and play keyboard, handheld, and it has a touchpad mouse on it, so that will be perfect, keeping this really small instead of having these bulk things. So here's the initial setup, complete. Sorry, it's all smudged up, y'all. We've been using this like crazy lately. So again, these fold in, the tripod mount. Push that button to make it into a trigger, pistol whip, and boom. Pretty sweet. I'd say it, weighs about 8 to 10 pounds. It's not too bad, but it does start wearing down after a while. But the tablet, like I said, install 8.1. You can find it online real easy. You just have to put it on a USB and make it into a disk image. And there's, of course, tutorials online how to do that. Just find that 8.1 and back up your files, of course. I just bought this tablet specifically for the SLS, so I'm not going to be using it for anything else. So I wasn't worried. So check it out. SLS camera, super easy. The AC or the DC battery pack will be it'll last plenty of time for an investigation. 2 hours that I've come to find, and it still had more power. So check it out. Pretty awesome. And there are some good screen capture programs that you can use. Just again, Google it, find a free one, find a free full version one if you can. That way you can have it record as long as you want. Thank you for watching, y'all.